Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to the channel for the first time. My name is Nika Marie, aka Neeks on the internet, and I'm here with another book review for you. Today we will be reviewing Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. This is such a wonderful book, and I can't wait to break it down for you. Gods of Jade and Shadow is about a young woman's journey towards self-actualization and realizing that her happiness, her dreams in life, come at a price. Our main character, Cassiopeia Tun, finds herself in the middle of a godly family feud whilst dealing with her own family issues at the same time, which sends her on this fantastical cross-country journey with a god named Hunkame. Hunkame is the rightful ruler of Xibalba, which is the Mayan mythological underworld. Did I say that right? I think I said that right. Okay, moving on. For this video, I'm going to do my non-spoilery review and opinions first, and then at the end of that, I will do some spoilery discussions just about other things that I had going on in my brain at the time of making this review. So here we go, strap in. I'll have timestamps for you to follow in case you don't want spoilers later. At the end, I will have my full star review. Let's get into it. This book is a magical, refreshing, diverse combination of Cinderella, Mayan mythology, The 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin, and a novella. You really feel the main character's complicated relationship with her family. You feel almost hatred, but not hatred, almost indifference towards certain family members like Martine and Cirilio, and it really feels like there's a part of the main character that resents her own mother for allowing these things to happen to them both. Our main character, Cassiopeia, very rarely mentions the rest of her family, so it's like they don't really matter to her, and therefore they didn't matter to the story. And you definitely feel how stifled she feels in this town, in her life circumstances, because of her family and because of the religion, and you really get a sense of how the patriarchy continues to keep her down through all of these things. And I'm saying that specifically for a reason. I'm not just saying that to be like burn the bras. I'm saying that for a reason. Don't click off my video, man who might be watching this. Thank you. Silvia Moreno-Garcia does a very good job of painting this very intricate 1920s Mexico with fantasy elements thrown in while also sprinkling in real-world history. I'm gonna be really real with you. I didn't know a lot about 1920s Mexico because but after reading this book, I did go to the old Googles and I did some searching, and a lot of these things are so interesting. Religious persecution, gender inequality, colorism, racism, colonialism, counted for twice, but you know, all those great things that happen to us and happen to countries around the world. So I thank Silvia Moreno-Garcia very much for these little historical tidbits that we got throughout the book. Okay, spoilers start right now. In the case of Cassiopeia and Hunkame not boning, the verdict is why? Their entire relationship was built up so beautifully, so softly. It bloomed so nicely like a little flower, and then nothing happened. They could have boned. They really could have boned. They could have boned. They could have just done it. They could have just done it. They could have just boned. Guys, they really could have just done it. Because then, after Hunkame gets his throne back, becomes the ruler of Xibalba again, and has to send her away in a moment that made Cassiopeia sad, but broke me and put me into shambles, I would have at least had a scene where they made sweet, sweet love. And I'm not saying that because it would have just happened. Silvia Moreno-Garcia, okay, she wrote their relationship so beautifully that the fact that they didn't bone was shocking to me. It would have had purpose. It would have fit just fine. So I think I was just so shocked that sex wasn't in a book. I didn't know what to do with myself. Well, besides the fact that the scene was so sad. Think of my feelings, authors. Think of all the feelings that I want to have. Think of me. Think. Okay, let's get away from the romance really quick and talk about Martine. I hate that bitch. To be really frank with you, if Cassiopeia had let Hunkame chop his head off, I would not have even batted an eye. I would have been like, you deserved it. You get that. That's what you get. That's what happens when you want to be a little bitch about things, okay? Like, Martine tried to kill this girl in the underworld. Yes, he didn't do it. Yes, he was just trying to get home, whatever, yada yada. But we have to remember that Martin spent so much time abusing Cassiopeia for the sheer fact that she was defiant of him. He's not a good person. He's not a good person. He was just scared so shitless that he didn't know what to do with himself. I do not feel bad for Martin at all. And he should have died. Oh my god, Cassiopeia's mother. She was one of those characters where I wish that there was just something more. She just felt so disappointingly flat, and I felt like we needed more from her to fully understand why she behaved in such a way towards Cassiopeia and then towards the rest of the family as well. So I wanted to love the mom. I really did, but the way, with what information we got, I don't feel anything towards her, and I didn't feel bad when Cassiopeia didn't even write her a postcard or a letter or whatever. Spoilers over. Let's get into the star rating. So overall, I rated this book 4 stars, and here's why. I really would have given it a 5-star rating. I really would have, but it felt like something was missing, and all I could verbalize and mentally say to myself was it needed more. So I think that I've kind of thought about it long enough to where I can verbalize some of the things I wish there were more of. I wish there was more consistency with sentence structure. The sentences got a little weird for me at times. Cirilio, Martine, and Cassiopeia's mother all kind of fell flat for me, or I just straight up hated them, but not even in a good way. Like, Martin could have been hated in a good way, but I hated him in a bad way for being so one-dimensional. And maybe not, maybe I'll give him 1.5 dimensional. He was 1.5 dimensions of person. And Cirilio was just kind of like a dude. They really could have dived into Cirilio's backstory, why Cirilio treated everybody this way, you know, what gave him the right besides making a deal. Whoop! Almost made spoilers at the end of this video. Hold on. Cirilio could have been better. Let me just say that. I get that we're seeing all of these people through Cassiopeia's eyes, but at the same time, I really wanted just a little bit more of those characters since they seem so influential over Cassiopeia's life and like her upbringing and how she was viewing things. And I think also I expected more chapters, more words, more descriptions. I expected more of the people that were in the book. So maybe that's like where it's all coming from. Those are my opinions. That's what I could come up with. I would love to know what your opinions were as well. At the end of this, though, Cassiopeia is literally one of my favorite main characters that I've read about this year. She is 18 years old. She reads like an 18-year-old woman. She speaks like an 18-year-old woman, I guess, for the time period. I mean, I'm not in the 1920s, so I don't know. So finally, I'm seeing a book with a main character that is acting and behaving and talking and being exactly the age that they are. I think it all made sense. Cassiopeia felt really real and not just like certain things were happening for the plot. They were happening because Cassiopeia is an 18-year-old woman who's willful and stubborn, and that's just who she is. I do totally recommend that you pick up this book. It is brilliant storytelling. My opinions aside, I think that everyone could benefit from reading this book. I think that it is just so magical. It's so magical. And how often do you see a Mayan mythology-based fantasy book? Not often. So it was wonderful. If you guys like this review, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe to my channel. You can also hit me up on socials. All of my socials are linked down below. Again, this has been a review for Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-Garcia, and it's been my pleasure. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.